Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I know I'm early, like a minute, but it's just 1 minute. Let me know, people, if you're seeing and listening and everything is like working fine. Ooh, I've seen some chats already happening. Counting in my heart of the time lag. Let's hope it's working. Let me know if you're seeing everything all right. Oh, hello. Okay, so we have about 25 seconds actually delay of things. Hello, Phil from Vietnam. Evening, late night. Yeah, this is not happening on a weekend. Sorry, because this weekend I have stuff to do, so I have to do it still on a Thursday. Good evening, good night to people who are on the other side of the planet. And on this side, it's morning. Hope the weather is treating you kindly. It has been not very good in Canada, if you follow news. Calgary was like bad. My friend was literally frozen on the street. It's like minus 40 something. Yeah, and BC is not doing very well either. Very unusual amount of snow. Winnipeg has been not too bad. It's actually normal to have minus 20 or so 30-degree weather where I am around January, but this year winter came late. December was too warm, so we've just had a week of very, very cold and blizzard and bad weather. Like bad in terms of being cold. Crispy cold. Yeah, so hi from everywhere. From the US, from Malaysia, from Ukraine, from France, everywhere. Wow, Malawi. Everywhere around the world, so cool. Thanks to internet. 你好, introvert, Sarawak. 你好, hi. Hope you're doing well. London, oh London. Haven't been back there for 12 years now. Actually, 11 years and 11 years and 3 months. Last time I was in London was 2012. Yeah, wow. So, hope you're doing well. Flood or ever, yes. This year we're gonna get a lot of flood. Everywhere in the world, and it's just gonna be happening everywhere. And I think that's like astrology kind of already predicts that's gonna happen this year, particularly flood. Yeah, well, January has been crazy, right? Starting from day one, we've got earthquake, volcano, tsunami, political assassination, bombing. Yeah, well, come on, just make it quick. Just make alien landing on Earth officially, right? The type of nobody can ignore, like just literally knock on your front door. Yeah, that let's be done with that. Yeah, the world is intense. It's an understatement. Indonesia, Brazil, India, yay. So, today we're gonna talk obviously about dramas going on. We have a lot going on in Chinese Dramaland right now, January 2024. And then, but I want to first just wait for a few minutes more and talk a little bit about my plan for my channel. Slightly shifting things around a bit. Yeah. And what else? Yeah, we shall see what happens. Airplane crashes, yes. And doors falling out of airplanes, right? Like, what? And running into each other. Like, we've had how many planes running into each other already this month? It's hardly, like 2/3, and we've already had like 3, I think, cases globally of plane just literally crashing into each other. No, I think they're already. I mean, I for one, like, I never believe, like, they haven't been here. I'm pretty sure, technically speaking, no humans are actually native to planet Earth. Genetically speaking, I think humans are pretty much engineered, like from one level at one point of time, and then it's kind of left there for you to sort of like evolve on your own. But yeah, we don't look like we're just like apes before and then just suddenly like turn into humans. Like some form of like intervention happened along the timeline. So in that sense, we are all aliens. And then yeah, I would not be surprised by any form of alien sort of like showing up in any form, because I don't even think I am human. Quotation mark. So that's all fine. Crashing in the air, that's like, yeah, because crashing in the air is like, there's no way you can survive that, right? Crashing on the ground is like, maybe there's still a chance. But when it's your time, it's your time. Just think about life as a holographic game. Then, yeah, it may be bad, but then, it's not real. Think of it that way and make you feel better. Pinyin names of popular TV shows. Pinyin name. Teaching pinyin name of popular TV shows. That's weird. You can just read it if you just type it in Google Translate, I think. And then you can actually make it read it out for you. Like, you have AI. Why do you need me? Right? Just putting, like, these days, AI can do anything. They can even, like, has anyone seen the videos of, for example, I'm speaking English, but they can take this video and then take my voice and then translate that into a different language and then dub it on my face to generate a video, which is a video that I'm talking right now. Exact same content, but in a different language, in my voice, with a mouth movement that matches. Like, they can do it now. So we've had videos everywhere now of like celebrities in their interviews speaking completely different language than the original language they're speaking with their own voice. Like, that's AI now. So like, you don't need me. You just grab some AI and ask it to teach you. It will probably sound better than I do. Yeah, you see those videos, right? So next stage of like YouTube would be automatically translated to your language. You click open a video, it would automatically generate it in your language, in sound and also in mouth movement. So it will sound like the person is speaking to you in your native language and looking almost exactly like how that would happen in reality. So you cannot trust anything you look at now, any videos. You cannot trust it because it could be like not real at all. It's imagine all the fake videos you can make, all the fraud cases that can sprout from this type of things, and in the future you can't believe any video evidence either because it can be AI sort of like manipulated to the point where, like, how can you tell what is real or not? Brave new world. Well, right now, because I'm live and YouTube doesn't have the ability to do that level of computering in real time, changing my mouth and language, but in 10 years time, very, very likely to happen. And it wouldn't be that, it basically just needs really, really strong computer powering if you can run the program that fast. I mean, right now you can already have those live filters slapped on live stream, right? Like, you can have makeup and you can have like beautifying happening real time when you live stream on those like phone apps. I mean, YouTube, if you have like, I don't know if there's any plugin that you can use from any software third party, but I'm just on a normal streaming platform software, so it doesn't have the ability to beautify me. But say if I'm using a lot of like other live streaming apps that literally has like built-in filters, so the moment you click it, it just changes your face, right? It makes you into a cat or like has something live like beautifying you. So that's already doable. And next stage probably is translate language in real time. Maybe just like 10 seconds delay so that it listens and knows what's the grammatically switching around sentences of different languages. And very likely. So that would be like really, really scary, I'd say. It's very, very creepy, yes, I agree. And it's very scary. And when those things first happen, there will be no regulation to stop it because nobody has ever thought about policy and regulation to control it. And then it will go out of control and it will do some stupid things and create actual damage in real life, and people then follow up and try to fix it. That's how it all happens. But these days with AI, every year, I mean, imagine ChatGPT last year, what it has achieved. So I'd say within a decade, our life is going to be so transformed with AI. It will be a very different world. It will be very convenient in many ways, but it will be in many other ways just like beyond our human understanding. Learning language is going to be redundant? No, I think, okay, so for the actual functional point of having different languages and communicate, when you have AI, it can make it much easier. But for yourself as a person, when you learn different languages, the benefit you get from that is like for your own, right? When you have multiple ways of looking at the world and processing it, it changes your brain. I think it does impact how you view the world, and that is irreplaceable. You can have a tool, an AI, that can help you communicate with people easily. So functionally, it can totally be replaced. And humans, no matter how talented you are, you can't learn 100 language in your lifetime if you only live like 80 years old. It's not practical to do that. So it has its function for sure, but in terms of actually getting the benefit of learning another language or multiple languages and be able to think in different languages, the way that it can open up your perspective, that's not like AI tool can do for you. It only happens to yourself. So I'd still say learning foreign languages are, if you can, and it's useful to you, and it still is very valuable. But it's not going to be in the functional sense because it probably is going to be replaced by AI, right? But then to yourself, literally your personal development and the way you look at the world, it's still going to be beneficial. And also there are just things, unless you know it yourself, you never fully actually can get the same thing if it's translated. Literature, for example, Chinese literature and English literature are vastly different, like in different languages. Even when you can have an AI that translates it very well, you're never gonna understand the original sort of texture and what in its original form, the poetry or play, like what it actually feels like when you understand it in its original form. It's totally different. So functionally, yes, but there are things only by doing it yourself that you can actually get the benefit. So that's like how I think about languages. Yeah. It's like, like often I joke about how Chinese dramas titles gets translated into English in those. It's like once it's translated, it loses its magic and just no longer is the same thing. Dubbing is, yeah. I mean, these days you can see actually, probably they can already, if in drama making, it becomes really cheap and quick. What they can do is when they change lines, they can have the actors record their voice or even not record their voice, just have their sample and have AI generate the changed lines and then the mouth in that shot also following the changed lines. So you will never have the problem of mouth not fitting the language because it's just going to be, you can't tell, indistinguishable between the actual shot footage and the AI manipulated. That could totally happen. And it probably is already doable, like if they have extra money and time to do it for fixing certain things. Particularly, I think for a work like a film, if it's like high value, you have only like what 90 minutes, 2 hours, and you just have one scene that needs to change that one line. So now it's doable, and nobody, as long as you don't tell people, no one can tell. I think particularly for cinema, that can happen a lot easier than dramas, just because dramas tends to be long and like nobody cares about it. But for bigger things, So, Syria. Wow. Hope you're doing well. The world is a crazy place right now. Yeah, so we would never have the lip reading thing ever again, because you wouldn't even see the original lip. That's sad. See, like I said, in 10 years' time, we're gonna be living in a world that unthinkable in many ways right now, because we just don't know how far it's gonna develop and how it's gonna. Ooh, ooh, exciting. So. We are 15 minutes into already the live stream. I'm gonna quickly mention a couple of things I want to do on my channel. I may make a separate video talking about it. I may not. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just direct people to the time code of this live stream about this. So, if you've been following my channel for long enough, you know that pretty much from end of 2019, I've been doing my videos the way I've been doing until now, which is Tuesday, Thursday, 2 videos, usually on just specific dramas, and then Saturday is my weekly news. And then occasionally, I think I pretty much keep it to Thursday every month for live stream. So one of the Thursdays in every month, it's a live stream like this one. So that has been running for how long? 1, 2, 3, 4 years, like more than 4 years. I occasionally take a week off or disappear because of something, but most of the time, I stick to this schedule pretty well. So that's a long time of experimenting and see how far it can go. So I think that schedule for now is gonna need to have some changes. One is this year I have plans for things that may need to take me away from making videos for the unpredictable amount of time here and there. And also just because to make 2 videos on separate dramas every week, that means I have to at least watch those 2 dramas. And often I watch a lot more than that. And constant drama watching, right? And let's be honest, every year in Chinese Dramaland, how many dramas can you actually pull out and say they are worth your time? And even when you are having it on twice, 3rd time speed, fast forwarding it like crazy, it often is just repeated things over and over, and in same category and genre, it's mix match, right? Even the lead actors and actresses are just mix and match. We can talk about that later. It's funny. For example, in idol period Dramaland, it's always just those handful, those dozen of male lead actors and that dozen of female lead actors, and you just randomly generate a pairing, and then they're in a story that's exactly like a story that happened before. So the thing is, I can keep watching those crap, but the thing is, I can keep ranting about them, and each of them has their specific things that's worth ranting about. But it basically is repeating the same thing over and over and over again, right? What else can you do? It's just it doesn't change, and it's most of the time crappy, and we all know that, okay? So sometimes I feel I can keep doing it, but it's just going through motions. You're just not even thinking. I don't even process. I'm at the point where I don't even have to. My brain just watches drama in a way that is like a quantum. That's how I explain it. And then I go and film a video and edit it. And I also it's just so procedural that I don't even have to, it's in my system 1. If you read that whole sort of Thinking Fast and Slow book, it's all in the system 1 now, and it's boring actually for me to keep doing that. And I can keep doing that, but it's yeah, what's the point? I don't feel there's any point of keep doing the same thing over and over again. And unfortunately, Chinese dramas are just like that right now. It's been like that for years. So I just find it unnecessary and not having much value for myself, but also for my audiences. It's just like watching that many dramas and just basically repeating the same thing about the same thing about the same thing all the time. You know, I feel like a broken record. Um, honestly, it's weird because yesterday I was just thinking today in the live stream I'm going to talk about this, and I immediately got something which is scary that YouTube sent me, which is the guy that I actually followed for years, the DSLR, like a video shooter, that guy, if you know him, who does all the setups of like teaching you how to film stuff, and he's very professional. He's around for like over a decade now, and he's like basically soft quitting YouTube. He made a video about like his burnout or type of thing. And he's a huge channel owner who makes a huge amount of money on that. And I'm not burned out, but I have similar reaction to when he says like he's just like going through the motion, and it's like procedural and it doesn't have any new things, right? So similar things is happening here, but I am not quitting YouTube for sure. I'm just reducing it. I think what I want to do is for now, at least a week, a drama for sure. Like usually put it out on Tuesday, but if not happening on Thursday, and then so basically the Tuesday Thursday thing, I'm just gonna drop one of them. And unless that month and that week just has that many drama happening that really worth talking about and needs to be talked about, whether it's bad or good or whatever, then I'll still have 2 videos like Tuesday Thursday. Otherwise, I think I'll just have one. Weekly video will still happen because the weekly video is just like what's going on in Dramaland in case, you know, epic shit happens or, you know, who knows. That needs to be talked about a little bit. And that's just like what I want to do for now. Okay, and I want to do it for a while and see what happens. Since my channel is really like nothing compared to huge channels, so I mean, yes, it probably is gonna impact my sort of like income that I can generate from the ad money, but then it's not like I have a huge amount of ad income to start with, so like changing that probably isn't gonna make too big of a difference. So I am not really too worried about that, like not having that many watched minute and impression of like what per 1,000 views and the money that it comes with the ad. Mostly it's just because I feel it's very repetitive and it's boring, and honestly most of the Chinese dramas don't even worth my time watching them. Okay, let's be honest. And it's and then talking about them is like God. So I'm gonna reduce basically the amount of videos I make on those dramas and on my weekly, but we shall see what happens later. Within a month or two, we shall see, you know, whether it works out well. And if, you know, I have been thinking about making videos that kind of is slightly less specific about just Dramaland, but about other things. But then it's kind of really hard to integrate that into your channel. Like, you know, I have the Avenue Extra channel, and it has all kinds of things on it, and it actually has dropped out of like monetization because nobody's watching it, like because I haven't put anything on there for like a year, so it's like it just got closed down with the monetization. You have to get more views and videos to get it back up. And my initial design for that channel was just put out things that are not directly related to dramas over there. But then obviously everything you make over there is still something you have to make, right? You film and edit. So it's still time consuming in that way. And whether it's, you know, I haven't found something that can consistently I can make that is not directly related to drama that I think is worth making and think people might find it interesting. And it wouldn't be too troublesome and too much labor for me to make. And every video, like those like handcraft videos, actually took a huge amount of time to film and edit. So it's also one person's team. Sometimes you're like, yes, I actually want to broaden the type of stuff I can put out on my channel, but then it's kind of like, again, a lot of extra work that I don't even know like how to sustain that. So for now, for my channel, I'm just dropping one video on my weekly, the Tuesday or Thursday one. For the future, maybe I'll make something else. And I did consider the whole membership thing too, but I'm just like, because membership is like basically you pay money, right? And then you allow YouTube to put certain videos on member only access. I know certain channels are doing that. That still means you have to make those videos. Well, whether it's 1, 2, 3 every month, and it's just exclusive to your members. And I've been doing the reviews for how many years now, and it's always just like normal. I haven't put anything on like specific, you know, like I had Patreon for a while, but I quit that platform. And I just feel like it's, so now if I take one video out and I just make that into membership and people have to pay for it, I'm like, that, you know, it's not like, listen to me ranting about Chinese dramas should give you like, you know, should make you pay for extra money for that. I just feel that's weird. Unless I'm providing really valuable things, I just don't feel that makes sense, right, for my channel. And if I make other things, again, like I said, you have to invest extra energy and time into making them. If it's not drama, then what it is. If it's totally different things, then you basically have to start a new project and new research and whatever like topic you decide to do, and then go into it. Yeah, so everything is just like whatever, like however I think about it, right? It's just, I haven't found the perfect solution yet, basically. I haven't had a plan already, right? Decided, and that's what I'm gonna do for the future of my channel yet. So, I'm just gonna basically, for now, cool it down for a bit, have one less video every week, and then let's see whether that slot can have future things happening. I still am figuring out. I'm not quite sure how that can work best to my schedule, my time, but also really people watching my channel, you know, anything that can be. So if you have suggestions, you can type that out for sure. I'll look at the chat history. And then anything that you're talking about that's related to reaction videos, I see people saying does not happen on this channel because of copyright problem. Yeah. I don't know if on YouTube certain reaction, how they manage to basically dodge copyright strikes, or like the content ID. So basically if you upload something in your video that has another like a drama, right, that's on YouTube, it will actually find it and just literally block your video. You can't even upload it, and let alone anything else. So if you have a copyright strike, it's gonna just endanger the whole channel. So it does not make sense for me to make reaction videos here. Yeah. And if you put it on like Chinese platform, it's also often gets taken down for copyright issue. And that's something that hasn't been solved yet. And I can't do anything about it. I used to have the Patreon thing that has reaction video that I watch dramas with. But then that's private, I think. And also that's not generating profit on its own. And it basically is like you pay like the coffee and the Ko-Fi thing. But for that, often also, if you actually have the drama in your video and you upload to the private session of YouTube, it also gets content ID'd and it also gets stopped. And there's just no easy way to go around the reaction video thing. So reaction video probably wouldn't be something that's possible to happen right now. Yeah, the whole copyright thing is very cover for drama. Okay, let me just scroll it back to see what people are talking about. Yeah, so whenever I make a video about a drama, I really do watch that many episodes. I claim I do watch, right? I don't know about other people. If I say I've watched the whole thing, I definitely have watched the whole thing, and that's very time consuming. So if I'm making 2 videos a week, I'm watching like what, 2 dramas, that's like 20 to 40 episodes a week. You know, imagine that. I'm actually very surprised about how my brain is like really strong. It's like people go crazy, right? And when they watch too many videos, and I watch that much stuff and I am still sane and normal and not depressed. Like, yeah, that's interesting. But you know, it's boring. It gets to the point where you're like, what's the point of doing that? It doesn't have value. Does Chinese. So the reaction video, sadly, is just not gonna work. I I actually like to do reactions, and but uh, right now it's just not possible unless I can get some kind of like safe, like whitelisted by all drama platforms. Yeah, yeah. Good luck with that. Unless I am an RTA itself. Other website to host, I don't think there is any that actually can safely do it and not having any problem. Like Vimeo, not really. I don't think Twitch can do that too. Copyright is like everywhere. It's chasing after you. And even when it's okay now, it doesn't mean tomorrow it's okay, right? Even it's working now, a month later, they may do something and then boom, the whole thing goes. Use Discord. I know. Discord has those you can watch like dramas, like because my Avenue X Discord actually has that. People actually watch drama together. You can do that. I know. Hi, thank you, not cool, for your super chat. Often it's just like, is like what is that can be easily sort of like streamlined or fit into your schedule, and it can be like repeatedly done. It's valuable to other people. Like it basically tick all the boxes, right? Some kind of video or some kind of things. And also, like, obviously you don't want to just put it out there, like put 10 hours, 20 hours of work every day into something, and then it's just not going to generate any profit for you. It does not make sense to do that, So it has to basically work on all levels. Doable, people enjoying it, I enjoying it, and then it actually makes something in return, like makes sense. So it's still in the stage of getting figured out. Bring a friend for discussion. Yeah. Do I look like I have any drama watching friend around me that I can actually physically drag into this frame? How many people watch Chinese dramas in Winnipeg? Honestly, come on. Book review. Yeah, because book review and drama are so separate things, right? So it's almost like you have to start a second channel. I mean, it's not like it's not worth talking about. Sometimes, like if it's a book that's actually made into drama, right? Adaptation, and I actually happen to have read the book, then I can talk about it. Like Three Body, for example. I did talk about it because I did read a book, and it has a book, and it's interesting to do that. But most of the time, these days, Chinese dramas are adapted from web novel, and I can't bear looking at the screen and reading through a million Chinese characters. It's just like, it's too much. And often web novels are very, very poorly edited. Like they're filled with grammatic mistakes and like all types of like crappy stuff. And I'm like, I cannot be bothered to read those things. Like the drama itself is already meh. Like I read like 2 million Chinese characters originals like on top of that. Why? I can't convince myself to do that. Who rules the world? Trying to find the English version. Yeah, this type of thing is tough. What's that book? Not every Chinese web novel gets translated in other languages. Some very popular ones do, and then the quality of a translation sometimes is also just like you're not quite sure, what is good or bad. So that's always a complicated thing. Drama versus reality. I mean, these videos are all possible to get made. But I have to. These are, again, it's not up to me often. It's like up to what dramas happen, right? If there's a drama that actually happens that has some kind of value, that is about historical figures, it's about something that actually happened, and then like you can do it. But it's like, if nothing happens right now, then you can't do it. So those, like the videos I've done, like the biographies of actors or the reality versus drama thing, like they're all good ideas. But again, like they cannot really go on a very normal schedule, just because you don't know what it kind of depends on the seasons, what happens, what's in time, right? You can randomly pick any topics for sure that's not going on. For example, there isn't a drama going on about a particular topic, but there is something that's worth talking about. You can make it. But usually when you make those videos, it takes actually more time than normal videos. It's a lot of effort, and once you put it out there, it has its natural sort of curve of like how it gets viewed. And if it happens to be not related to any ongoing stuff, nobody, like the whole view of it will be very low. And basically it's just like it's not gonna, unfortunately on YouTube, is if a video doesn't like get like on its algorithm, and then it gets, basically nobody sees it. Like even when you subscribe to a channel, you never get pushed it, and unless you diligently go into this person's account and check their videos, it's just, it goes out, and often it gets really bad, basically numbers on the back end, and you're still putting that many hours to make those videos. So they become a complete, almost like it's like a passion project that just doesn't do anything at the end. So you do have to think, right? It has to be in the time. For example, right now a very popular drama happens. It's a period drama set in Tang Dynasty about a real historical figure, and then you can go and make a video that's about reality versus drama only at that time. 2 months later or 2 months earlier, it's just the wrong time for making it. And that's one problem with this type of video. As for the biography thing, I stopped doing them because Chinese Dramaland can cancel you at any time, and often it just becomes a graveyard. I don't want to jinx people. And also, after you make a video about somebody, it could be next day they do something absolutely stupid, and it just like, it becomes funny. So to avoid future possible embarrassment for everybody, I stopped doing those videos. That's why, like, I stopped doing those videos, okay? Because it just like, ever since 2021, things went to the crazy land. So I'm like, I'm not making those videos. No, it's not worth it. And yeah, so I've actually made a lot of different types of videos on my channel, right, over the years. But again, only the drama reviews are very sort of like normal and sustainable, just because dramas are constantly happen and you can very easily talk about them. For other type of related to culture and drama video, it would be basically depending on right now what may work. So those videos will still happen in the future. If for example, like Joy of Life 2 shows up and there's a lot to talk about, then I will make those like poetry videos like I made before, for sure. So basically, I'm not going away from YouTube. I'm just not doing 2 videos a week for sure on a specific drama. It's just too much. And often, yes, it's watching just like crap stuff that doesn't mean anything to anybody. And I don't know, we shall see how we can move forward on this. YouTube is definitely something I'm still here and not going away. But just trying to make better use of my time and everybody else's time too. Honestly, yes, it's funny. Like, you rant about crappy idol period dramas, right? Constantly there are crappy dramas, but to rent them, I do have to watch them, and sometimes I really don't freaking want to click open those dramas. Like, you don't know my pain is like, just look at the trailer and actors, I'm like, this is gonna be a piece of crap. Yet to make a video, I have to watch it. Like, somehow, even like not staring at the screen, I still have to turn it on, listen to its terrible sound that's completely dubbed, and looking at the ugly visual and stupid plot, and all the fans just like cheering on the side and saying, oh, good, so pretty. Oh shit. It's like the pain. Like force eating crap, basically, right? So that you can make a video and then tell more people about how crappy something is. Sometimes like you do it and you stop and you think, what is the point of doing all this? What am I doing? Not me to blame, okay? It's just the overall decline quality of drama in China, let's be honest. That just makes me go, like, why am I doing this? Like, what good can I do for anyone? Oh my god, what the heck? It's just because it falls into the schedule. It has been going on for years. Therefore, I just keep doing it. But I'm like, yeah, there's no reason why you have to do it that way. So to hell with YouTube's algorithm about like what they think is proper about your channel. I'm like, that. The weekly video can happen for sure because every week something is going on. And then I think 1 week a video about a specific drama is pretty reasonable. If, like I said, if anything happens, like suddenly 10 dramas show up and they're all brilliant, then I may need to make a lot more videos, but I'd be happy to. If there is nothing that's going on worth talking about, then I won't. And then if like there happen to be 10 really boring dramas airing at the same time, I can, I don't know, make a video that just rant about them all together, right? In one go. It's like, right now there are 8 dramas and I wouldn't recommend you watching either of them, none of them. And if you want to know why, boom, 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 I can do that. Cause yeah, a lot of things just don't even make me excited, and I just find it's just like, why? You know? So rent video get more views, yes, but again, I am not huge into like feeding into that. I mean, I know how to actually get, you just need to get really extreme and polarized and be nasty online, and then just like you know, hype it up so you can get a lot of views. And the more controversial something is, you go and talk about it, you know you're gonna get haters, but then people are gonna click on it and it's gonna generate into money. I know, like that's how most of the Bilibili renting, drama renting reviewers are doing it. But then I think just constantly getting into that mode is just not healthy for you overall at the end of the day, for you personally. It's just constantly inviting that like, just look at everything, like everything is a nail and you're a hammer, you know? Like in reality, it's like, you can just not watch it, you know? It's just a drama. It's not gonna blow the world up. And people get really I don't want to be a part of that whole game of like hate generates more money. And that's how social media is invented, right? Twitter, Facebook, they intentionally push controversial and things they know are going to make people angry or hateful or whatever too, so that they get to themselves is generate traffic. People will click more so they get more ad money. It's just money. It's just basic things. And upon that is like all the other things like that can influence you. But the whole traffic and the whole clickbait and whole that game is, if you want to play into it, yes, you can make money on that, but it's just, it's very messy. Like the whole energy about that thing is just like good. It's a very good. So I definitely would keep making renting videos if I find it's funny and worth renting about. But again, there are a lot of dramas that literally can be always like completely just rented about. But if you keep renting about it, it's like your whole channel becomes a renting channel. It just like the whole energy is very not pleasant. overall, right? It's not pleasant. Not that we need any false positivity, but sometimes also like if you keep thinking about things in that way, picking out this is wrong, that is wrong, and not right, it just makes your life feel very, the overall energy of it becomes extremely just like not good. Okay. So yes, and then we shall see what happens in life, because 2024 I do have plans, and it may happen, you know, certain things. If it keeps happening, my channel is still here, then we can make, again, I can use it as a portal to talk about other things still related to drama making, but more sort of on the front line than actually talking about commentary. Though that'd be interesting. We shall see how it flows. The channel is gonna stay here, and I'm gonna keep maintaining it for sure, because I've already done it for that many years, and I have an inkling of, in the grand scheme of things, what's the point of me doing my YouTube channel? Stretch the timeline out very, very far down the road, and in the bigger picture of things, of the world. Like, I have an inkling, I have a feeling, but I have no clear vision of it. But it just needs to exist in a way. And I will make it like alive and staying alive like this, right? In a way. But then I want to be more flexible basically with what I do, and then timing of things. I mean, it's actually quite miraculous that I managed to stick with this for this long. End of 2019, around October, I'd say I started this, and then that's what, 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, more than 4 years. So that's like what? More than 200 weeks. And if you take out a couple of weeks among that, and it's 3 videos a week, that's 600 videos. I don't think there aren't that many YouTubers who are doing this much, even when their channels are huge. Particularly when their channels are huge. Therefore, they have like hired people, they have big productions. Their videos become epic, but often, you know, they have like 1 video a week, and that's like already. So, I mean, I'm pretty impressed by myself. Like and the weekly video hasn't stopped yet. I almost had an emergency to stop it last week, but it didn't. So it's already 200 whatever, 15 or something. Isn't that epic? You know, and I guess I'm just like testing if it's doable, and it's doable. You can do it. Once you fall into this type of like schedule, it's actually not that hard anymore. There's just like what. Every one of your videos for a couple of years already. Wow. Holy. Then I'm in your head all the time, because that voice would be hammered in your brain. Sorry. Hope it's not like, hope you wouldn't have a nightmare of me, you know, shouting at you. Like, Alicia, really? Every video? Seriously? That's a lot. I mean, even for people who make video like me, right? I can't imagine if somebody watch every video I make. Like, I feel that's like quite scary. I wouldn't even watch like my own video, every one of them. Like, while I was editing, obviously, but once I put it out, it's not like I often go back and revisit. So, incredible. Conference call. Yeah. Maybe we can. Yeah. We shall see. Oh, the other thing is, a lot of my friends, they don't speak English. So the drama watching friend I have, right? They're Chinese. And then completely fluent in English people are rare. And then if we have to be talking in Chinese, then times 10 of subtitling, because I have to translate and then subtitling it. And again, it's like the amount of work. We need AI now. We really need AI now. That's like where AI is gonna play into the whole thing. It's like, do it for me. These days, the subtitle you see on my videos, they are I take the audio out of my video and then I put it into a software I actually have to pay, and it will spit out the time coded like SRT file or ASS file, depending on how you want to export it, with time code and with the with my subtitle. And then I have to go in and read all of them line by line and fix, because every line will need fixing. Sometimes it breaks the line at the wrong place. Sometimes all the Chinese names, when you speak it in English, right, and it comes out in pinyin, sometimes it's all wrong. And obviously, if you speak Chinese within your English, it's all wrong. And often it just doesn't, like when I say ITE, it never, the software always hears ITE. So it will type out ITE. It never is ITE because it's not an English word. So I have all that. So I have to fix all the subtitles, and usually it's 3 times the time. So if you see a video that's 15 minutes, then the whole subtitling fixing takes 45 minutes. And I've worked out usually that's the multipliable time. So if you have a half an hour video, then it's 1 hour and 30 minutes easily, just fixing the subtitles. So you see, AI needs to come in here and do my job for me and make it perfect so that I don't have to, like I have to teach it. So first time I corrected these things, next time you know where to correct it. So I don't have to do. Right now we don't have that yet. I need that, okay? YouTube's auto-generated doesn't work well. It's all over the place. It just gives you the most ridiculous interpretations you can find. Literally, you ask YouTube automatically do subtitle and you laugh at its translation. It's so wrong. And every sentence has something wrong and you have to change it. I'm like, the one that I pay for already just automatically breaks it down to sentences, and most of the time it's okay, but it needs getting through every sentence. It still needs that comb through once at least. And it's just, I haven't figured out an easier way to do it. So these are what I'm thinking about my channel for now. And if it's necessary, I'll make a separate video. If not, I will just let people know, like tomorrow on my weekly video. I'm just like, click back to my live stream, and this is the time code and talking about what I think about my channel. So those are the things for now, okay? And we shall see what happens. And it totally depends on if Chinese Dramaland 争气, okay? If the Chinese Dramaland is 争气, is doing well, then there will be more videos about good dramas. Otherwise, you know, it's just like, why? It's not worth it. So for the rest of the live stream, I'm gonna talk briefly about a couple of Korean dramas actually I've recently watched. I don't think I will make separate videos on them, but I just want to quickly mention here because they're interesting. And then we're gonna talk about right now ongoing Chinese dramas. There are a lot. Weirdly, January has like a lot of dramas. Okay, so recently I finished watching not finished because there's one that's coming out on the weekend. So My Demon is gonna have the last 2 episodes airing this weekend, and then the one I finished watching finished on the 5th, and that's the 8 episode drama Death Game. It's based on a manga. So I've been watching these 2. My Demon is the type of drama that at the beginning, right, it's like cool, but then it tapers off, right? It tapers off and it becomes the type of like, yeah, I've already watched so much, maybe I'll just skip till the end. And I haven't actually, the recent like 13, 14, I was skipping them. So I wasn't watching the whole episode, I was just skipping them. I was like, oh, this happened. Okay, fine. Let's just see how it ends at the end of the week. And that's it. The first couple of episodes are okay, but then It's like it reminds me of like I think for both Chinese Dramaland and Korean Dramaland, the heydays of high romance is gone. It's not coming back anytime soon. The type of high romance, right? I'm talking about the My Love from the Start. That type of high romance that's really just single, like handedly focused on a very high romance drama, but it's very well done in every aspect considered. And then it happens to cast the perfect people who are very good actors. And it has every department working in syncing it up in music, in costume, and even design. So it generates this synergy of a 1+1 bigger than 2 result that you have a wave of like My Love from the Start. I mean, back in that's 10 years ago. That's 2013, end of the year, December, January. I remember because I was in university in the studio, and literally lunch break, all the Asian girls have their laptop out and they're watching that drama. I still remember what it looks like. Like the picture in my head is like they're all eating and everyone is just like watching it. And all the YSL lipsticks got sold out, number 52, right? And globally for a year. Like you can't get it anywhere. Sephora in Winnipeg doesn't have it like for a year. Like that's how over the top that thing got. And that's like what I would call as high romance. It's like super concentrated, really only focused on that romantic love, but it just goes full out. And it's just such a ride. That drama is a ride. Every episode is interesting. Maybe towards the end, slightly, a couple of, like the last bit slightly is like, but overall, okay? And even like that's what, 10 years ago, only a decade. And now K-dramas, even when they have high romance, it's just not as full as the golden age, I'd say. After that drama, I just haven't seen a K-drama from then on that are, even when they're popular, like Goblin, are to me at the same level of being such a pure entertainment. Not even one moment when you're watching a drama you feel bored. And it all worked out perfectly. That kind of energy is just like I haven't seen since then. To me, at least, that's it. So for high romance, it really declined, I think, over the last 10 years. There are a couple of successful K-dramas over the last decade, I'd say, that are high romance, but not as. That's just my opinion, okay? And then for those very socially sort of like prickly topic dramas, which Korea is well known for, it also is not as good as before. Ever since Netflix comes in, you have a lot of more sort of production-wise, even more matured kind of look of things, or it has a almost industrialized, higher sort of worked out way of telling engaging stories. But at the core of it, when you dig down deep into things that's beyond the superficial sort of entertainment level of those stories, its core is actually less strong and less substantial than before. It's like a very metaphorical way of talking about it, but if you get it, you get it. Which is on the surface, like Kingdom, like Glory, those dramas got really successful, Squid Game. It all becomes like, yes, it globally did a lot of like popularity and it's huge, but those dramas are, they're a lot more prettier on the outside than on the inside. There's no substantially valuable things at the core. It's that type of drama, and K-dramas used to be really good at not having very, very pretty, like surface, but has very, very strong core. Now it's like flipped over. That's just my impression of it, right? Very vaguely, because there was a time, I think, between 2010, early part of 2010s, so from 2010 to like 15, 16, I watch a lot of K-dramas. After that, because of this channel, I just don't have time to watch that much. And that's just overall my impression of like how K-dramas has developed. For the current two, my demon is like I'm just trying to see what happens at the end, and I'm not really that curious about the story anyway, because I think these two young actors are okay, but they are still very far away from being the type of actors who have a lot of tools in their pocket. That's how I would put it. They can do their job to an extent, but pushing it beyond that right now is beyond their grasp. They're not at that point, particularly the guy. Okay, the girl is slightly stronger. The guy is just, yeah, very white shoulder, pretty face, but better than crappy Chinese drama actors. But then, yeah, it's about okay there. You know, like I enjoy looking at him, but that's about it. And they are okay, right? But they are not geniuses, let's how put it. And I actually love the female lead a lot, because since the day of like Moon Embraced the Sun, she's a child actor, right? She was like what, 4 when she entered the whole business, and it's been 20 years, so pretty incredible. One of those girls who managed to stay in the business and not actually quit halfway, and until now still pretty much on the top of the whole game. So, you know, born to be a star for sure. And I love like the Moon Embraced the Sun, that drama for all kinds of reasons. Anyway, it's a good memory of my life back then. So I really enjoy that drama. So I have like this filter on her. I really like her. Really, 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 really like her. And she has, I like her face, honestly. She has that not super skinny, sharp-chinned face. She has that brightness. 国泰民安, right? The Chinese word for 国泰民安. You know, she looks like Xin Zhilei's sister. They should play sister, although they're different, Chinese and Korean, but they look so similar, their facial structure. And it's weird that Xin Zhilei in 如懿传 played the concubine who actually, although the drama changed it, you can tell originally her character comes from ancient Cheongsang, Korea. And they actually look really, facial structure wise, they can be related, that level of symmetry and the round face. And if you overlay their face on each other, it almost fits exactly like where their nose and eyes are. It's pretty incredible. So she and Xin Zhilei actually look very similar, like in facial structure. I really like her. But in terms of my demon, it's just it's like nah, it's okay, but it's like if you don't watch it, you don't miss anything, I'd say. So still, but since I watched this, so I'll watch till the end. And then I really do enjoy the whole drama of a Death Game. And I joke about that it's a drama that even if Chinese Dramaland allows ghosts and death and gods and hell to exist, it still wouldn't make this drama, because the male lead is literally guest starring his own drama. It's so funny. But I enjoyed Death Game so much. 8 episodes, really quick watch if you haven't, and find it somewhere and just binge it. It's good. It's good. Overall, it's one of the better ones these days from K-Dramaland. You can argue about whether it's a bit sneaky, because it has that whole message of like, you know, we have too many suicides in South Korea, so let's do something, and let's make a video or make a drama to educate people, not do that. And that's actually really well done in terms of script writing level and how it gets the message delivered. And they pick the perfect actors to do all the roles. It's overall very well sort of finished product. I really enjoy the drama. But if you want to pick at things, right, you can still do. But compared to a lot of other things I've watched, at least those episodes gave me a lot of entertainment for the time when I was watching it. So if you haven't, I would recommend you check out Death Game. It's really short, only episodes, and it's a pretty interesting concept. It comes from the manga, and it's just an overall very well executed project in the drama telling sort of form. If you haven't tried, I would highly recommend. And it does include quite a few actors I really do love from K-Dramaland, and when they show up, I'm like, ah! Because every episode, pretty much, you have a new person coming in as the male lead, because he goes into different people's bodies. So you have him, But then you also have every other person that he becomes, and there are a couple of actors in those every person he becomes that are actors that I was like, when I see them show up, I'm like, oh my god, it's you, hi. uh, I had a lot of fun watching the drama. So I would highly recommend people check that drama out. It's about somebody who kills himself and realized death is punishing him by making him go back to different people's body and experience their death. That type of story, but it's it's like buy one get 10 for free drama. So you think you have one male lead, right? With the poster, you go in and you see like there are actually 11 other guys in the drama, and they're all by very good casting choices and very interesting stories and acting. Yes, the actress who plays Death, she's really pretty. She's pretty in her unique way. I'm like the type of face that you don't want to do any plastic surgery to make it follow the aesthetics of the general public. You need to keep that face. That face is gold. She's got such an interesting face. And her eyes are actually really, really pretty, even though it's not the conventional, Asia popular big double eyelid eyes, but she's pretty. She's really, really pretty. Her death is just sassy. She's good. She's a very good actress. And the guy is also, like, everybody who's watched K-dramas know him, right? He's a very good actor. And pretty much all the other actors are actually pretty good in the drama. And obviously the mother character, if you've watched Hiller and or a million other Korean dramas, you know her. She's good. She's so good. And I think in the drama, the photos of her young, like when she was like teenager, it's actually her own photo. I mean, wow, she's stunning. She's stunning when she was like 20 years old. Yeah, but if you've watched Healer, you know her, and she's such a good actress. She can play anything. Again, is whatever character you throw at her, she just morphs into it, and she can play anything. That's like, I mean, as long as a woman, she can make it happen. And her acting just made the last episode hit hard so much. So K-dramas, those are the only two I've been watching recently. I know a lot are going on. Every year you have a couple that are pretty doing well here and there, but yes, I don't have that much time to watch everything because I'm already watching that many Chinese dramas. When I can spare time and when people tell me there's this really good K-drama I should watch, I will. And yeah, I wish I can understand Korean by listening. I can only capture a couple of words and expression because I watch a lot of K-dramas. I know like that sentence usually means, like a rough direction of what it means. But it would be nice if I can actually be fluent. I tried to learn it, but I dropped out somewhere along the line. Certain vocabularies are actually repeated from Chinese and Korean, particularly the big words. The words that's kind of a set expression of certain things. It kind of just comes straight from Chinese Chengyu. Just manipulate the sound a little bit. It's the same word, and often when those words show up, I'm like, yeah, I know what you mean. It's fun watching K-drama in that way. English, Chinese, K-dramas are easier for me. In any other language, I just like have to stare at the subtitle. 天官赐福, I know the second season is out. I know like for Bilibili, it doesn't allow anybody without like Hong Kong IP to watch it for some reason. Yeah. I haven't gone. I know where to watch it if I want to, but first is I am not a huge anime fan these days. When I was little, I was, but I kind of like just crossed over and can't really cross back. The other is I never really was that into this IP to start with among all the BL IPs out there. I think one reason is I am not a fan of the writer's original writing because I've read novel, not whole parts of it, and I'm just like so not synced up with the way the language is written by that person. It's like I read it and I'm like, oh, the writing isn't very good. That's my opinion, and because of that, I just don't have a good impression of the whole Tianguan Sifu story. This writer is overall not like somebody I highly appreciate in terms of like actual writing, and it causes some problems of me enjoying the story. And it's and personally, it's not my sort of like really into IP to start with. I know it's on. Maybe one day when the time is right, I'll click open and just like binge it. But it depends on when that day is happening. I have no idea. Dun, 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 dun. So, we've talked about my channel. We talked about a little bit about K-drama. Let's move to talk about currently the the amount of drama that's actually airing and then how boring they are. Sorry, disappointing some people already. So, I actually have checked out 明龙少年 at the end of last year, which is The Hope by Zhang Ruoyun, the high school drama that crashed at the end epically, that I'm not making a video about it. And I feel like I've been cheated into it, watching up to episode 20 and just start to lose interest, and then it got crazy. I think after episode 25, it got crazy. And I'm just so disappointed. Because I talked about, in live stream, about this drama is actually really good. At least the first 15, 20 episodes. And then it went crazy. That's how I would put it. The high school drama Zhang Ruoyun led, 明龙少年, remake of Japanese drama Dragon Sakura. I would not recommend you check it out now, because even if you like the beginning part, you're gonna hate the ending or the later part. So like, might as well just not invest your life into it. That's 明龙少年. I watched 天启, the first three episodes. Mutation, 爱奇艺, 12 episodes. Huang Xuan led, Ming Dynasty, alien invasion drama. Yeah. I stayed for 3 episodes and couldn't continue. It's not interesting. A story, acting isn't. The story is just boring, okay? And then the creature that they special effected is just so out of place. You just imagine Ridley Scott's alien showing up in Ming Dynasty Island, China, and somehow like it's just there because it looks disgusting and it has teeth and it's biting people and therefore you can fight it, but it doesn't. It just like comes out of nowhere and it has no extra value apart from looking horrendous. And the story itself is boring. Okay, it's just boring. At least the first 3 episodes, I just had no sort of like patience to continue watching it, and I'm pretty sure by the end most people said it's like not worth your time. Like, at least from internet I can see nobody really cares about watching a drama, so I think you can safely skip that one and not really losing anything. So that's The Mutation on 爱奇艺 led by Huang Xuan, 12 episodes, Ming Dynasty, alien drama. Okay, so that's another one that I checked out 侦察英雄 Scout Hero, the 抗美援朝 drama that's on CCTV, and also on Tencent, I think. Is it 爱奇艺 or Tencent? I can't quite remember. Anyway, it is the one with Luo Jing, Ma Sichun, and Zheng Xiaolong directing, that has a very yellow, desaturated color grading throughout the drama, that has that gritty war film look. I watched 3 episodes, quit, because again, the story is not very well told. Characters are not really forming in the 3 episodes at all, and frankly, some characters in the drama is stupid. The type of like, you are in a freaking war, can you use your freaking brain? Type of situation that happens to characters that just like, okay, this is a moron that I don't want to watch what they're gonna do. Because they're gonna just mess up everybody and kill other people just because they're stupid. And I can't bear watching this type of drama, so I quit. I don't know what happened later after beyond episode 3, but first 3 episodes didn't work for me, for 侦察英雄 Scout Hero, Luo Jing and Ma Sichun, the Korean war drama, so I quit that one too. So much pain. Um, I I checked a little bit of if 奔跑是我的宿命奔跑是我的生 whatever, you know, like Born to Run, that 爱奇艺 drama that's 钟楚曦 and Yang Chaoyue that had changed its title before it aired. I watched a bit of it and I couldn't get it either. I'm like, this is okay. I'm not watching it. That's just how it appears to me. It's like, why am I watching it? The story is so boring. The acting is just like meh, and everybody is just like, oh, I don't care about your character and your story. It's nothing interesting is happening. And a friend of mine is watching it, and she moved beyond episode 8, and she said to her the story started after episode 8. So like that's her commentary on that drama is after 8 it started to get interesting. I'm like, I have to wait through the first 8 episodes to get to a point it's worth watching. Goodbye. I don't have time for that. Like my life should be meant for better things than wasting on 8 episodes before it gets in anything. Because I trust her judgment. She's pretty accurate on everything. So I'm like, okay, I'm not watching it. I watched the first episode and it didn't get anything. Like, zouch. The story is boring. So that's the 钟楚曦、杨超越、陈晓艺、许地安、爱奇艺 and CCTV contemporary all women-led drama Born to Run. I checked out the X drama on Tencent, 黑土无言. Frozen Surface, 12 episodes, I think. Again, it's a crime drama set in the cold Dongbei town, around 90s, and it's led by Chen Jianbing and Hu Jun, and also Deng Jiajia. Yes. So, another drama that is actually really boring. As a murder case breaking drama, you can't believe how slow and boring it is. I watched 4 episodes, about like 3.5, and I stopped because I can't bear watching it. It's such a waste of my life. I can't believe it's boring to me. Okay, if you watch it and you find it's interesting, I mean, like, great, it worked for you. But I watched it and I was at episode 3.5. I'm like, why am I watching this? What the heck? And it doesn't feel Dongbei at all. The people who are faking a Dongbei accent is not making it real. It doesn't. Like, if you want to watch a Dongbei story, go watch, like, you know, I don't want to be friends with you. That drama a couple of years ago, from a group of young kids that kind of crashed at the ending, but at least it's in northern part of China. This is just like not working for me. 黑土无言 to me, okay. I tried multiple times to get into this drama, and every time I click into it, I guarantee you within 5 minutes, I'm thinking about something else. Like, my attention drifts, just like drifts over to like whatever. It doesn't stick with that drama, and I tried multiple times, and as far as episode 3.5, I get to that point and I couldn't continue, so I quit. Lovely. Let me take it one by one. Okay, there are a lot of dramas going on. Okay. 19th Floor only started airing 3 days ago. I've been watching it up to today's 7, because today just aired 7 and 8. First day was 4, and then 5, 6, and 7, 8. Today is 7, 8. I'm in 7 right now, and I'm on the brink of quitting. First couple of episodes are okay. Like, the first 4 are okay. I like the CG'd 年兽, the zodiac lion thing. That's adorable. Like, he bites you and eats you, but then when you're right, he turns into rose petals. And I love it. It's so adorable. But I think once it starts to go into the realistic world, when they realize they're in this sort of experiment and in this university, it starts to slow down. And I have the inkling that it's trying to create that suspense, the thriller, mystery atmosphere, or something great is in the background playing this tricks on people and doing something, and with its evil intention, conspiracy, whatever. And in the end, it's just going to turn out to be a stupid excuse and some stupid things. I just have the feeling it's going to go down that road, and I'm not quite sure whether I should invest my time. The drama is not going to finish airing until like pretty much right up to Chinese New Year. Maybe I should wait till then and see, like, if the drama actually ends okay, then I go back and rewatch to watch the episodes. Otherwise, if I invest my time now into it, it may just turn out to be another 明龙少年, the Hope. where I'm like, why am I doing this? I just wasted 20 episodes of my watching your drama time to get to this crappy ending. I'm worried about 19th floor going down that route. I can already see the signs of it may go down that route, and I'm like, hold your horses. Maybe just like wait till later. It's based on a novel. I do know roughly about what the novel is, but they adapt it in the ways that they have to change things. So we shall see. I like Sun Qian and Wei Zhemin, but this type of going to a game and looping sort of like a zone type of reset drama is, if the story itself is not well written, no matter who is acting or leading it, it's just gonna make it stupid if you watch it. Like, it's not gonna make you enjoy it anymore than if it's just the way this type of story is. The story is so much more important than the actual actors and actresses for this type of genre. So I may stop watching 19th Floor for now, in case it crashes and I've wasted my life on it. Okay, so if you've been wondering about that, it starts okay, but it starts to get a bit, at least by episode 7, I feel it started to slack off already. And it's like, what, 30 episodes or something? And I'm like, alarm clock. So may not keep watching that one for now. Then we have 2 Chen Xinxu dramas going on at the same time, pretty much one day difference kind of thing. One is on Youku, 你也有今天, My Boss. The other is on Mango, Our Interpreter. These 2, pretty much on air at the same time, pretty much the same type. Like, he can literally interchange between 2 dramas. In Suits, you know, like the contemporary look and just different lighting conditions and different color style grading. But he looks almost copy-paste from 2 dramas. And one is with Zhang Ruonan, the other with Song Qian. If you have to pick, okay, between these 2 dramas, the contemporary pretty much 霸总 drama, I'd say, follows the 霸总 structure pretty closely, both of them. If you have to pick between My Boss and Interpreter, pick My Boss. Interpreter is not even funny. It has unnecessary subplot line and second couple that are bloody boring. And its interpretation English part is cringy. Every episode starts with this poetry in English reciting that's being done in such a terrible accented English. Every episode when it starts, it tortures me. It's like digging needles into my ears. Every episode, it starts with that torture. Okay, and just for that, it's already hard. And then the romantic plotline between Chen Xinxu and Song Qian is nothing happens. It's not even funny. Okay, neither of them is like interesting as characters on their own, and then when they come together, it's just nothing happens. And everything that happens between them is completely done by accidentally bumping into each other. It's like I turn around and you're there and I bump into you, or I'm about to fall and you catch me. Like, that's how they get physically close. 2024, really? You're still doing that? So in Our Interpreter, if you are fluent in English, don't watch it, because all English translations will make you cringe like hell. And they do have professional people who dub Song Jian when she actually speaks long paragraphs of proper English, but the mouth doesn't fit. You know it's not her talking, and then at the beginning of every episode, there's this stupid poetry reciting. Oh my god. Don't watch it, okay? It's just gonna destroy your impression of these 2 people. And then the romantic story is not interesting at all. And then the male second or the male third and like unnecessary other people's romantic story add upon the main couple that's already not interesting. Like that guy, there's like her cousin, so female lead's cousin, I think, and another guy, like that love story is like, why am I watching it? You 2 are just so boring. There's nothing happening, and you're also not that good looking to, like eye candy me. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm not watching it. So highly recommend you not to check it out. It's just like total waste of your life. Let me tell you. And then if you have to pick between these two, right, you can watch My Boss because okay, My Boss is another 霸总 drama where the guy is the successful lawyer who's like the typical 霸总 who is successful at doing his job, but super slow and almost like not human in terms of getting engagement with other human beings, who's emotionally like not working and not understanding romance, and who's like super successful by the age of like 30 and still is a virgin type of, never had romantic relationship and only knows his work, and super successful and good looking, but then he's like physically and also mentally a virgin. Like, yeah, you believe that exists in the real world for a guy who's like that good looking and successful? Come on, God. Does not exist for 3D reality Earth planet like this timeline, but hey, in Dramaland, it's normal. And obviously assistant or almost like intern who comes into the law firm and is like really just like not good at doing anything, but she's lovely and sweet and innocent and has a good heart. Like the most good thing is she has a good heart. And so they get together eventually. And yeah, it's stupid. I know the setup is just like so stupid and so not making sense for 2024, but it's fun. It's actually like a lot lighter and the chemistry works better, and although none of the things that actually happen in this drama makes any logical sense in terms of whether it could actually happen, it's actually fun to watch to an extent. Given if you can stand super bright lighting constantly and extreme skin smoothing to make all the shadows on Chen Xinxu's face disappear. Like, imagine the level of skin smoothing, because he has a pretty strong facial structure of bones. Even that is completely erased. He's like cotton candy white and pale, and not even like any detail on their skin. The girl is even more. The girl, her jaw just blend into her neck. But everybody in the office is constantly white and white everywhere, and it's very bright. Their kitchen, their apartment, their office, like it's like living in snowy caves constantly. So if you can deal with the level of brightness and skin smoothness and the total not making sense character setup in the realistic world of 2024, it's a lot more fun than Interpreter, because Interpreter just like doesn't even have any fun in it. This drama at least has a little bit fun, and the supporting roles are like doing good sidekick jobs to make it fun, right? So overall, it's a better stupid fun watch than Interpreter. But if you have any requirement for proper production standard, even this one may not be the one that you want to pick. You know, like when I was watching My Boss, I really have to lower like my iPad to the lowest brightness, but then it kind of becomes hard to read. But if I push it up, wow, the pain, like I literally feel physical pain in my eyeballs. And I have dark eyes. You know, I'm not like light colored eyes. I still cannot deal with the amount of light that comes from this drama. It's so bright. It's like brighter than the big, you see in my glass, like the light that's in my face, it's a huge balloon. And when our female lead is in her kitchen cooking at night, the light is like 3 times brighter than the one that's in my face right now. It lights the whole room up to like nothing has any shadows. She's living in a normal human apartment at night cooking. And not to say that her island and the counter is not making sense for the position where she cuts and put the food in and then on the stove. Just the amount of light that's in her face. Oh my God. Wow. She's doing surgery. She's not doing cutting on her vegetables. She can sew a person up with that light. It's that bright. So if your eyeballs, right, are very sensitive to light, this may not be the best drama for you. So that's the Chen Xinxu drama. 2 Chen Xinxu, if you have to pick. I'd suggest the Youku one. But it's actually unnecessary for either, for you to watch either. And I actually feel really bad for Chen Xinxu, to be honest. When I see this drama, these 2 are airing at the same time, and I know he has another one that just wrapped. that's pretty much the same type of story, maybe a little bit more interesting. But again, like looking almost identical, the pale, ashy white, skin smoothed contemporary romantic drama, I feel bad for him. He's a guy who actually, everything considered, acting ability, looks, just overall the vibe this person gives me, he has the potential of actually become a much more versatile and serious actor, in my opinion, in both period and contemporary drama. Yet he just gets those kindergarten scripts and paper thin characters. And you can almost feel like his ability is way beyond the characters he's given to play, but then he has to play down because silly, stupid sugar drama. And it feels like he's too big for the roles, and he's like squeezing him into those roles. Like that's how I feel about him, which is he should be given a lot more complicated roles that has a more realistic, and like just imagine the type of lighting in 繁花 on his face, okay, instead of the type of lighting you get in those dramas. It would be so much better. Oh my god, I feel very bad for Chen Xinxu, honestly. That's my opinion. When I watch these two dramas, I constantly feel this sadness of like seeing a lion that's not in a savanna and in his natural environment, but in a circus, playing hoops, jumping through hoops for stupid onlookers. That's what I feel when I look at Chen Xinxu in those dramas. He's the lion who ended up in the circus and who's doing those stupid entertainment. That's that. So I watch this drama, I feel really sad for him. Literally, that's and it makes it hard to continue watching. Let me go away for a bit and I'll come back, okay? I'm back. Yeah, so I don't know how many people agree with me, but that's how I feel about Chen Xinxu, and a bit sad about that. Then yesterday we had 仙剑四, Chinese Paladin. They're calling it Sword and Fairy, but you know what it is. It's the fourth one in the whole Chinese Paladin. The first one was back in 2000s with Liu Yifei and Hu Ge. So now it's the fourth. It's because of the game. The game comes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the drama is based on the game. So iQIYI had the fourth one coming out yesterday, and then Tencent had the sixth one coming out today. So they're pretty much airing at the same time. These are the two 仙剑 dramas. those two. I've watched yesterday. I've actually watched the first 6 episodes. Yeah, see how much work I do of the 仙剑4 yesterday when it went live on iQIYI. Because 仙剑4 is the only 仙剑 game that I actually physically played through back in early 2000s. I played it on my computer and I actually got through the whole thing. I saw the ending animation. It's the only 仙剑 game I actually physically played through. So I have like emotional attachment to this game. And that game has the best music score, I think, among all the 仙剑 dramas. No, 仙剑 games. It has some very good scores. So I have emotional attachment to the story. By episode 6, I'd say it's actually better than I thought it could be, because I thought it's going to be completely crappy. And the story and the acting is slightly better than I thought. But the production quality is just very standard idol fantasy drama that looks bad. Color lighting looks very cheap. It reminds you of Youfei, like the Legend of Fei type of lighting, fake set, fake trees. You can say that Lost You Forever too has that problem of looking very fake and cheap. It has a similar look in 仙剑4 on iQIYI with Chen Zheyuan, Ju Jingyi, Mao Zijun, Mao Xiaohui. So that one was yesterday's. But in terms of the story and the progression of the plot, and actually Ju Jingyi being the female lead, she's doing a better job in that drama than every other drama I've seen in recent years that she's in. When she played the princess, that just does not make sense. The whole story is stupid. In comparison to those period dramas, 仙剑4, where she plays Han Lingsha, the Tomb Raider, she's actually better than the other 3. Better than Chen Zheyuan, better than Mao Xiaohui, Mao Zijun, so far by episode 6, okay? Beyond that point, I don't know. Her acting feels more 灵动. she feels like a more real and lively and bubbly person than when she is in other dramas. But then it's only 6 episodes. I haven't watched anything beyond that point. Overall, because I don't have any expectation of that drama, I don't really think it's going to be anything good. So I'm okay with what it is like. In terms of the IP itself, I love the original game. And none of these people are my ideal cast, right? So, when it is like this, I will just like watch it and yeah, it's like that. It's not terrible, but it's not impressive either. It's watchable in terms of plot. And also, if you actually play the game, back in the days, if you actually played 仙剑4 number 4, it's very close to the game. It really follows pretty much what the game does, even in orders of narrative, like how they meet, what happens, how they go to the first place, how they meet another person, like all that is close enough to the game. So that's the Chen Zheyuan, Ju Jingyi, Mao Xiaohui, Mao Zijun on iQIYI. Only aired today up to episode 8. Right, yesterday was 6. Then the one on Tencent that just happened, which is the 仙剑6. So Chinese Paladin 6, and it's also called Sword and Fairy, so it's very confusing. Okay, but the Chinese title is 起今朝, and it's led by Xu Kai and Yu Shuxing, also featuring Wan Peng and a couple of other people. I only just clicked open before I sat down to make this live stream. Where I am. Let me just double check. Come on, iPad. I am in episode 1. Yes, I still haven't finished episode 1. Okay, so it's hard to say, right? It's only episode 1. I've only watched that much, and that's the Yu Shuxing and Xu Kai one on Tencent. I am so far I have nothing to say about it. It's very standard period idol fantasy drama look, and it's actually looking really bad. Again, comparable actually to how bad 仙剑4 looks on iQIYI. Both these two 仙剑s right now, their aesthetics, their visuals are extremely boring, ugly, standard looking, and the lighting and the color grading is terrible. So people get brightened a lot, right? And then it gets skin smooth. And the color has a little contrast, and the lighting looks really bad, and it's too bright. Particularly the Tencent one, the 仙剑6, Yu Shuxing and Xu Kai one. Wow. The level of skin smooth and brightening of their face in this drama. Like Xu Kai actually also has a very strong bone structure. when you think about Xu Kai's nose and brow bone and his jaw when he's skinny, it's very strong. People compare him to River, right, from My Demon, in the South Korean drama that I've just talked about. They often compare Xu Kai and Song Jiang together, these two actors, because they do look similar. But even with that facial structure, when Xu Kai is skinnier, he is actually having a stronger bone structure, even more sort of like sharp, and the recess and the protruding part are very strong. With that face, in the Qi Jingzhao drama, in the Chinese Paladin 6, he got smoothed out so much that you can't see shadows on his face. I'm like, that's like you. You know what? Chinese Dramaland should try to just skin smooth out Tom Cruise and see if that happens with his eyes. If that eye socket gets smoothed out, that would be like triumphant day of AI. Anyway, it's a lot. It's too much. And then because Yu Shuxing has a very flat sort of face like I do, with that amount of skin smoothing, her face, it's like there's nothing left on her face. Her like jaw and her neck, literally, sometimes it's blended completely together. She's like a bright mirror that's just shining like a moon, and you can't see any detail on her face. Like, yes, there are the dark eyes and the eyebrows, that's it. Everything disappeared on her face. Oh my god. I'm like, what are you doing? People, are you crazy? So that's like so far what I see in Xianjian 6 on Tencent, where they smoothed out Xu Kai to the point I can't see his shadows on his face completely, and then Yu Shuxing becomes a pancake. Like, Yu Shuxing now is a pancake on the draw. Go and click open Tencent, see her. Like, there's no way that you don't think she's a pancake. She has no feature on her face anymore. Completely gone. Everything, all shadows, is gone. It's a bit extreme. Why do you hire real human actors then? Might as well just ask somebody to hold out a printout of a face and just like wave it in front of the camera. Because you're gonna skin smooth them anyway at the end. So, there are 2 Sword for Fairy going on right now and airing only one day apart. One is on iQIYI, which is the 4th one. One is on Tencent, which is the 6th one. It's a Chinese way of signaling it, and pick the one you want to watch. I have pretty much no hope for either of them, so I don't think either of them is gonna blow up. Judging by so far what I've seen. So for the iQIYI one, I've seen 6 episodes already. For the Tencent one, I'm at the end of episode 1. Based on what I've seen, neither of them is gonna be big. Because for really potentially can blow up dramas, you should be able to already tell by very soon when you click open the drama. You should be able to tell if it's like hopeless by like finishing one episode. It's Wan Peng, I like her, but she looks terrible in this drama. Go and watch it. Like, everybody gets smoothed out, like completely. It's overexposure, and the contrast is so low that all the details on their face disappears. Wan Peng looks okay, but then because of that lighting, like, nobody looks good. The Xu Kai looks bad too. Go and take a look at the 6. It's just, nobody looks good. Like the lighting is so bad. Really, it's so bad. Particularly if you just finished watching Fanhua. Oh my god. If you like click open Fanhua and watch it for 10 minutes and then click open Qi Jingzhao, you will go blind. Like, that's how I would describe instantly. Peng. What else have we not talked about? Because I think I've just like quickly run through every drama that's like kind of on. I know there's a drama called Different Princess. I haven't checked it out yet. I clicked open for 1 second, I think, and I just think the costume looks ridiculous. as a Chinese period drama, and then it's a shot of the female lead is talking to a girl, and then the next shot cut to a guy, and I'm like, I'm not looking at this guy as a male lead, no. Or I don't know if it's male lead or male second or any of it. It's just the guy in costume period drama, just like, no, I'm not looking at this. No, goodbye. Sorry. So Different Princess was literally, I just looked at for one scene and I'm like, no. Maybe it's actually an interesting story. I don't know. What else? And there are a couple of dramas I know that that have aired and I haven't really checked out. I Know I Love You. That's a remake of the Korean film or drama, 春夜. The 背德 drama, right? The cheating drama, like let's cheat drama with Zhang Wanyi and Sun Yi. I clicked open for a bit and I didn't continue watching it either. I think I said in not so long ago, 20 days ago, in my end of the year live stream of December that I can't bear watching Zhang Wanyi play this kind of roles. It just feels so odd. It's like everything is out of place for him to play this type of role. I don't know. When he's trying to play this type of like cheating people, it's so not him. Like I don't know, like how to explain that. But it's very misfitting for me. It's like when I like even just imagine him in this type of role, I start laughing. I literally cannot believe. Like when he's just doing normal things, like he's just standing there and talking and speaking his lines, and I know what kind of role he's playing and what the story is about to go to, and I start laughing. I'm so sorry, but I start laughing. I'm like, like that's literally my reaction. When I watch a drama, I constantly laugh at the fact that Zhang Wanyi is trying to play this type of role. It's just... And it's like trying to make chicken swim, you know? It's just misfit. It's so misfit. And I can't, like, you know, when you put chicken in water, there's only one result, which is turn into soup. Like the chicken is not gonna swim and be happy about it. It's that feeling. It's like you're forcing a chicken to swim and turn into a duck, and it's no. It's weird. So when I was watching the drama, like I just like even just look at it for 10 seconds, I start laughing. I can't control that. It's my fault, okay? It totally is. Like Zhang Wanyi hasn't done anything wrong. It's just like I can't watch it. So I just immediately got out of it. Weird. I don't know why, but it just doesn't read. It just reads really funny to me. Yes, okay, but I don't know. The air of the drama is weird. Like I see it, I just can't. Like I can't take it seriously for some reason. Like when I watch him play that role, it just somehow doesn't feel right. It's really funny to me. I really tried, and it didn't work, and I don't know why. Maybe there's something weird that I can see that happening in another dimension. And I just like I might as well just not watch it. And if I can't keep a straight face, it's just really hard for me to keep watching it. Sometimes it just misaligns with you. You know, you don't know what's wrong with your brain. You have like certain kind of coding that's just like clashing with it. It's just me, okay? It's just me really, but I didn't watch it. And I think I pretty much have talked through all the ongoing ones that I can think of that has any kind of presence, people are in any way checking out. If there's like a super tiny drama that's like made by 3 people that is like online release only, and then I may have missed it. What else? These are the right now Chinese dramas, and to be honest, none of them really is that interesting to me. It makes it really hard for me to make next week's video talk about what dramas, like, cause I can just next week I can just sadly talk about Chen Xinxu. Yeah, 生不逢时. That has that feeling of if he was born 15, 20 years earlier, would be having a really different career than he has now. Almost like his misspur, like his placement on this timeline is slightly missing its perfect timing. Yeah, the one spring that one. Yangzi, yes, that likely to show up around Chinese New Year or even before that. I think the Fan Chengcheng one. So we shall see how that one is gonna work out. It totally, I think, is on script and also the direction, because Yangzi and Fan Chengcheng, both of them are, if it's actually a really suitable script and right direction, they can do actually really good performance that flows very well. But that's depending upon the quality of the script a lot. The snow drama probably will happen before Chinese New Year, right around end of the year or the end of Jan or beginning of Feb. The Wu Lei and Zhao Jinmai one on Tencent. At least that's the rumor I heard. That's what Tencent is intended to do. Like a Flowing River 3, I haven't watched because even the second one I kind of dropped halfway, so I'm not really up to what happened, and I just don't want to go back into it because I have to basically pick up from season 2. Too much work, and not a fan of one of the main leads of Flowing River. I can't watch that person act. If it's also odd presence. It's like every time they act, I get weirded out, and so it's a problem because it's a main character. Yeah. Nirvana Fire, Dream On. Even Fanhua is not really Nirvana Fire, right? I made a long video on Fanhua. Fanhua is a little bit unusual drama. I wouldn't really, like I said, categorize it as other dramas, and I don't think everybody, like, it would be like everyone likes it, but it's for sure different. And it's almost made in a completely different way than all the other Chinese dramas. It's made with way beyond the effort of normal dramas would ever get. And you can tell that in its result, it's highly concentrated, condensed down to the final edit version. Like, you can tell, like, every scene is probably shot like 30 times plus, and they found the best snippet and edited it together. So it has that very, very jarring quality of, like, too many cuts are in there, but you can also say that they pick the best performance moments for every scene, so that it links up and it makes everyone's acting like better than what they have in other dramas. And also, it's so carefully planned, every shot of Shanghai Blossom, that it's like overall creating this sense of completely imagined but very beautiful, dreamy visual space of the drama. And for a film, it's understandable if you spend a year or two to make it, but for a 30 episodes drama, they managed to do this. It's pretty incredible. Still though, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I would understand if it doesn't connect to people. Blossom is different from other dramas. You just can't compare it, right? The amount of people and time that got put into this 30 episodes drama is literally like not seen anywhere before in Chinese Dramaland. Even the bigger period drama productions like Chang'an 12时辰, Longest Stay in Chang'an, it's not renting a set for 3 freaking years and have a built-up street there and not moving anywhere. Like, they literally have that set up for 3 years. Just imagine how much you have to pay every day for renting that space to have that set of street standing there for 3 years. So it's not really on the same level as other dramas, so you can't really compare them. And to me, I just feel it's a little bit overdone, in my opinion. If you're doing a drama, right, standard drama entertainment, like what you expect from a drama and usually how you watch it, think about people watching mostly on these type of things now, and think about how people consume it. Daily updates, an episode or two, and it runs for half a month and it goes away. You know, just if you put all that into consideration, then the actual, like the what fanhua looks like at the end as end product is not really 100% making sense to exist as a drama. That's in 2020s with the everything that comes with the drama production, considering how people watch it, consume it, how contents are literally like used in the time right now. It's so out of its time, the way it's done and how it should be even perceived. So it's hard to compare it to other dramas. Therefore, it is a drama, but it's only because it's 30 episodes and it's in this form and you call it a drama, but it's just not really any other drama's way of even doing dramas. So, you know, it's nice to have it existing, but I don't think it's possible to copy it, even like anywhere else in the world. Like not just saying Chinese Dramaland, but Asia, America, you know, like whether you are HBO or you're Netflix, you just can't do this. Even with HBO and Netflix, it's just not even like the same thing. Not that fanhua is better, but fanhua is just different. And pretty much the director completely disregarded how a drama is perceived as a drama. And how it usually gets done and how people, like what people expect from it and how it gets consumed, like all that. And he's just like, throw it out of the window. I'm just gonna have the money and do it my way. So it only happens like once, really, anywhere. You're not gonna have it repeated anywhere else in the world. For people who are going away, good night. So that's my opinion about it. I enjoy it. Should be a professional drama reviewer. I am a professional drama reviewer. What are you talking about? How many people honestly are doing it like I do on YouTube? I'm just saying. Even like on China's the drama review world. Not really. But like I kind of like just made it to happen for myself, like as a so-called drama reviewer. But it's definitely not the only thing I want to do. Okay. Yeah. Eventually one day I'm gonna make something myself. You should stick with my channel. And maybe one day you'll see it happening. And you'll be people on the front seat row. It's like, yeah, see that all happening. Unfolding slowly over time. So obviously one day, hopefully, you know, what can happen really is that you go and make your own stuff. And I hope like I can have the freedom of like, I just want to make what I want to make. I don't give a shit to help people. You know, like, is it gonna make money? Is it gonna get traffic actors? Is this IP gonna, how are, like, all those stupid things that happens around the content. Sometimes, you know, just like, I only live as me once. Why should I care about how it makes you feel? You know, I just want to do it myself. Maybe one day that's gonna happen. Okay. But before that, let's just talk about other people's stuff. Yeah. Did you enjoy Derailment? No. I watched about 4 episodes, quit. Couldn't be bothered. Not interesting to me at all. Sorry. The acting, the actors, also the story is like, eh. It's very mad to me, okay? I don't get the guy. I think the girl's acting is stronger than him, but overall, both of them are like not my type. Like I don't get engaged. Okay, sometimes, this is how I would describe certain young actors acting. It's like they haven't lived in the real world. Like they could be very pretty. They could be speaking very standard Mandarin and even very good lines. But they play characters as if they only exist for the camera. They don't exist for their real living space and that world. Like they haven't lived. It's like they haven't lived in the world. That's how I would put this type of young actors usually. Like the impression to me is their performance is only in the drama space. It does not have any relationship to our 3D existence. That's how I feel. So when I watch Derailment, it's like these two are like good looking people and just they're in front of the camera. They seem to be all okay, but they kind of don't exist in our world, in our reality. Like I can't relate. That's it. Easiest way to put it. 也可以用经验帮助写一个好的剧本. How do you know I'm not doing that? Hey, I'm just not telling you. 陈牧驰 still surviving. I don't think he's soft banned. I think he's just laying low and nothing is really banning him because he hasn't done anything illegal. You know, not evading tax, not doing drugs, not like going into wrong places and get caught on camera. So I don't think technically he's in any way possible to actually ban him. But maybe like to make it make sense for him, right, is to just like hide for now, like not letting people realize he exists, and half a year later everybody forgets about it. I think that's it. Again, in Dramaland, in entertainment business, things that he does that it unfortunately got sort of like, you know, like shown in public because of this whole episode probably happens all the time, and worse, a lot worse. But it's just it never gets exposed, so you don't. I'm think entertainment business, right? Sometimes, because I talk about Chinese drama, and therefore, you know, I mostly just rant about everything that's stupid. But if you broaden your perspective and look at the whole world, Hollywood has everything that Chinese Dramaland has, and probably 10 times. In terms of how worse it can get, how bad it can get, right? You have the island and you have that guy who died in prison for like who knows what, and how many people got involved in the whole I mean, like, let's talk about how far you can go with like illegal things. And like not even like just think about laws, just like going fully on the like human morality, like a basic decency of being a human, and how far that can get completely trashed. Like when you have things in comparison perspective, Chen Muchi, that what he does is like what counts for what? Nothing, okay? It's like it doesn't even go on the page, and like cannot even be compared in terms of how over the top and unbelievably crappy the world can become very quickly. And yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? So in comparison, okay, Chinese Dramaland is just like nothing. And all the gossip is like, what? It is nothing compares to the level of craziness you see on the other side of the planet. This side of the planet. Right? Just like completely overshadowed by the giant. So, once you put it in perspective, it's nothing. It's like, no. I took a brief peek and I can't get into it. So sorry, that drama didn't really work for me. I know it went on CCTV. I know it's an espionage one with Peng Xiaoran and Liu Xueyi. Self-deletion? What is that? Parasite actor. What is that? Well, change things in Korea. Do you mean like is there a suicide recently of an actor? That's a very veteran Korean actor. Do you mean that? Because I have a vague impression of that happened not so long ago. Oh yeah, I'm not very followed up to that with that. I have a vague memory of that happening. I'm not quite sure what it is, right? So I can't talk about it because I don't know that much about it. But yes, I have heard about that. Politics in Korea is weird. Yes, never has been a day in modern history when it's not complicated and weird on that peninsula, and it's just unfortunate. Let's be honest, because geopolitical thing is because it's in that space. It's physically there. It's never gonna be quiet and peaceful. it's just like, yeah, unless the earth just like the crust just completely shapes all over, like that tiny bit is always going to be problematic just because it's physically there. Whatever country, nation resides on that part is just always going to be in the middle of the fights between the other bigger parts. It's just because geopolitically it's that. You can't, like I said, unless earth changes its crust, it's always going to be like that. Yeah, so sometimes you can't fight that. That's like it's like the prior conditions of other things happening. I don't know. Demonetize you? I have no idea. Whatever. 朱一龙, Weibo King, 杨子 Weibo King. Okay, who cares? First, it's like, why it's valuable? You know, it's just Weibo, which is like a cesspool of internet hate. It's like if Twitter puts out a Twitter queen or king every year, do you care, actually, honestly? And what value can it generate for anybody? You know? It's like, so Weibo king, Weibo queen, like, is that gonna make them like get paid more when they get offered a job? Probably not, right? So like, what does it do? Just make Weibo feel good about itself. Really, that's it. Like, Weibo is happy about, because Weibo user is leaving. It's like Facebook, and they're leaving in tropes, and Weibo's number is like dropping like hell. Like every year, 2023, most of the ad like money that the big account can gets like cut in half, or even worse. Weibo is losing users at the speed of lightning right now. Everybody is moving to 小红书 and moving to TikTok, Chinese Douyin and Kuaishou, and those short video platforms, and 小红书. And Weibo is literally bleeding out, dying. And it's making all the data fake. Like they're faking it, faking all the views, and you know, like how many 僵尸粉 I get pushed every day. So basically, there are a lot of zombie fans that you get following your account that are not real people, and they just robot squeezing fake account into your list to make your follower get more. And every day I go in, I see a huge list of new people coming out of nowhere that's completely new account that doesn't even have a like a profile picture and has 0 post and 0 following. And I just use a bot that goes into the back end of Weibo and delete them. Like I have to do it every week to clean them up, because hundreds and thousands of people, fake zombie account gets pushed to my account. That's how it's done these days, like on Weibo. So who cares really? Like, what's the value of Weibo king and queen? It's just an opportunity for everybody to dress up and play, because it's Baozong suits. It's like 繁花. It's Huge's Rose, his suits, and he's making up that 皮包公司, right? That company that's literally just a couple of stamps and the bag. It's like that whole game of like a Ponzi scheme, you know? You're just like, see who gets ended up with it eventually, and everybody is like faking it, right? Just like that whole. I have a presence. I have a presence on internet, whatever that is, and people think about me. You know, it's important for people to remember and think about me. So that's the value. What else is there? For entertainment business, right? As long as people can think of you and you come up on the top list of when people need to think of somebody, they think of you, you have value. If you stop playing that game and you get forgotten, like the whole business is very cruel. It just, you are no longer there. For people who voluntarily exit this game and no longer want to play the traffic game, think about, for example, actor Wang Kai. Back in the days of Nirvana and Fire, when he and Huge kind of blew up, right? How good it was for him. He had fandom, but it got very crazy, so he personally came out and dismantled it and destroy the whole fan club thing and pretty much cut his online presence to 0. The result is that he's now not so mentioned or remembered. I mean, within the industry, when there is project that's suitable, probably people will still think of him. But in terms of in the general public, how often his name gets mentioned and how big a presence he has, it's kind of already faded. And how it's been what, 8 years. So the whole thing is, if you want to play that game, right, you need to be there, and you need to be basically in the middle of all the controversial topics and constantly just get exposed. It's exhausting, but by being there, people think of you. They know you exist. You are the first name that come up in their head. And it may has value here and there, and for whatever reason, if you quit this game, you know what you are doing, and you're literally deleting your presence in people's mind. And there are so many other people out there that they're gonna replace you with. So very soon you're gonna get, no matter how good you are, you're gonna get pretty much forgotten or like put on the back burner. But maybe that's what you want, because you don't really need to be always in the middle, right? In the middle means also the bad things that comes with it. Makes it easier for you to get money and get stuff, but then also you have to sacrifice a lot. So maybe you already have enough money, you don't really care about, like, you're set up for the rest of your life, you want to live it privately, a happy, like, more freedom life, then you quit this game and you will be forgotten very soon. Even when you were very super popular before, you can get very easily forgotten. Like, think about Wang Kai. Not that he's forgotten, but he definitely hasn't had that big of presence anymore, right? And he quit it himself, like pretty voluntarily. So if you're in the game and you want to be in it, you have to sacrifice, you have to give up all that things, and in return, you get remembered, and so people have a strong impression of you constantly. So that's why I think social media, this type of Weibo, still has its sort of use, which is you just constantly bombard people with your hashtags, your exposure. Like, today I'm dressed up like this, I'm doing this, and photos, and at events, those events don't matter. Like, even awards don't really matter. And the fact that you are constantly showing up and people see you matters. And you are in the game because you want people to see you. You get benefit from having that. But one day you may decide to quit that game. You've had enough, or you like, I don't need any more money or any more fame. I just want to live my life. And then you quit, and very soon new ones will come in and replace that. It's just like that constant game. Watch 周深、刘宇宁 performance. Yeah, so if you have like solid sort of professional, like irreplaceable value, let's say, for example, your singing voice, you only 周深 sounds like this, only 刘宇宁 sounds like this, only Mao Bi sounds like this. So in a way, you can keep doing that for like 3 decades. Yeah. That's better, right? Than doing this whole traffic game, but it eats on your talent so much, particularly in singing. It's like, if you have the voice, you have the voice. You're born with it. If you don't, you don't. And particularly the unique quality and recognizability. Some people, when they sing, instantly you know it's that person, and nobody can replace them. And that's just like, you have it, you have it. You don't have it, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't do plastic surgery on your vocal cord. Weibo night. Weird, because how are you so close? Who knows? Sometimes, because within the arena, like, of those events, there are tickets, right? Some people get invited to, some people can buy it from this and that, and yeah. So there are always people who can take videos. We are, again, close to 12. Let's stop at 12. We have like 20 minutes. So if anybody wants to ask anything, you can type it out in the live chat, and we can talk about that, and then end this. And I will thank you in advance for coming to today's video. We've talked about a lot of things. K-dramas, Chinese dramas, my channel, and blah, 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 here and this and that. High romance recommendation. See dramas in recent years? Not really. Yeah, no. Just because when you have those pure idol romance dramas, they're so stupid. They're like stupid. They're not even good. So let alone like really moving, emotional, engaging high romance. And the ones that are good are actually not in the romance category anymore, right? Certain crime dramas, certain anti sort of like corruption dramas. You've had sci-fi dramas. You've had mystery kind of like drama. Like these dramas go to like the good dramas list, but pure high romance, like the golden days of like Meteor Garden, you know, the F4, the later sort of like Korean drama, those are right now not in Dramaland. And the world changes very fast. Like these days, if you make any dramas like F4, everybody would criticize the hell out of it. Like the political correctness, right? Of the girl power, women's rights, feminism. You would also have identity politics. Like all that thing is gonna go into it and just like, even if you want to make an F4 story, it's just not gonna work in for 2020s anymore. We live in a very intolerant world about anything and everything. I have a lot of faith it will be good. Nope, not for anything. These days you have to wait till it comes out and know. Unless like I actually make it and I know what it's like, then I can say about it. Right. Unless I'm involved in the production, then I will have a good idea. Otherwise, I can't vouch for anybody. No. Wild West. There's any chance for us to get any of the BL adaptation that are in jail at the moment? I have no idea. These things you never know. You never know. It could happen tomorrow. It could never happen. You never know. The problem with those is because they come from an already existing BL novel and everybody knows it. Like if it's original creation. Now, if you're Aichi, go and write a script on your own. That's about 2 guys. It's original creation, doesn't have existing novels, and we never mention there's anything in it that's even like remotely BL, but then we make these 2 actors act so emotionally connected, and they're good actors and it's good story. That's Aichi's been doing that for years now, and it's been successful. You don't have to be blatantly BL, but like who can tell? Like who doesn't ship when it happens? You know, everybody ships it. These days people ship everything. They ship a cell phone and a person if it works out well. They can ship a chicken and a frog relationship, really. If you can put it out like properly, it works. Yeah, because recently I just heard Aichi has the nickname of Quiet Tong, and I think it's just so perfect. Chopstick cup or chopstick holder. So basically, if you go to Chinese street restaurant noodle shop, usually on the table you have a 筷子筒. You have like some kind of like a cup or something holding chopsticks, and usually it's a whole handful of chopsticks, maybe 20, 30, and you just pick out 2 because they're cleaned, and you pick out 2 and you eat your noodles. So Aichi's nickname now is 筷子筒. And why? Because it is all the characters in the drama, you can randomly pick 2, and they're all straight. Okay, they're all straight, but you pair them and they become a pair and you eat. And you can grab any 2 and they pair into a pair and works perfectly, but they're straight. That's what Aichi dramas are like these days. And I'm like, wow, that metaphor is so perfect. 筷子筒. The 筷子筒. Chopsticks holder platform. Golden. This is golden. It's just like perfect. And I heard it not so long ago, and I was just, wow. I was like, I didn't know this. But somebody told me. I was so shocked about just how observant that is, and so accurate. And so getting to the point. So these days, if you want to do BL, GL, whatever L, do it as a quiet tone. And that's the magic. Secret recipe is, who cares about if it's BL? It can be broad daylight actually BL, but like as long as we're not saying it's BL. High hopes for in the future. I don't have high hopes for anyone. I sound so negative, because I don't know personally who they are. It's just a job. As an actor or actress, it's just a job they do. They can quit anytime. Anything can stop them from doing it. They can themselves, when they decided it's boring, I don't want to do it anymore, and something can happen in life that just makes, so like your hope is like, it counts for nothing. Tomorrow, earthquake happens. You know, 2 of them are gone forever on this timeline, and what can you do? I mean, or like they just evade tax and then get banned. So your hope is useless in that sense. Is unless you know them personally, right? Again, like you know what they're like and you know what is safe or not, and then you can say, okay, I can project if he keeps going down that road, maybe it's gonna be this. But unless you know them well enough, there's just like hope for them for what? Who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow? They may not even be in the business next year. They may go out and do something completely irrelevant. They become a, I don't know, like supermarket owner, or just like decided we're gonna go back and selling deep fried char professionally for the rest of my life and not doing any acting. You know who I'm talking about, right? Maybe, yeah, one day they're just, no, deep fried skewer is gonna be my future profession. I'm not gonna be an actor anymore. I'm just gonna take my family business and deep fry squid for the rest of my life. Who knows? Zhao Ling's mute role. Don't look forward to that too much because it's a He Jiahuan movie. It's a movie that she shows up for like what? 2 scenes usually. And it's that type of movie that whether you act well in it does not matter. The fact that you show up means that you have a place in the drama and film land. So like how good a performance can you expect? It wouldn't even have a lot of like body in it. That's like the Spring Festival movies is like this sort of rotating. It's like a conveyor belt. Everybody shows up, boom for once, boom, go away, boom for once, boom, go away. So it's not gonna be a coherent big story about any important route. It's just gonna be show up, boom, show up, boom. So it's gonna be very little meat on the bone, basically, for that type of thing. It's just gonna be 5 minutes. Chinese barbecue. Has affected your ratings. Recently saw you on Ancient Detective, but no, like for Ancient Detective, I think the reason I give it high rating, but I know it's not a very expensive or very high quality production, is because sometimes when I rate those dramas high, it's not because they are in any sort of hardware department or like by some requirement really great, but I appreciate. You can tell like some people whether they like doing what they do and they put love and care into it, even when it's not so good, right? But it's doing their best with what they're given. Like you really can tell it's not hard. There are dramas that are so made to launder money, so made to quickly cashing in the popularity of this and that, so made tailored to fandom with very wrong motivations. It's not hard to tell. Like certain dramas, they may not be that great, but you know that the people who are making it, at least they really do a good job and they try their best and they have the right sort of attitude and their motive are in the right sort of zone. And then there are dramas that are so expensive and sort of like on the outside looking really great, but it's either like they're just all showing off and they're not really engaging with their audiences. They're not thinking about having the heart in the right place, or they're totally just like they're in here to make quick money. They don't give a shit to their story. For that type of drama, then when I see it, I'm just not gonna, I'm gonna put it on a high rating. And then I guess it just comes from years of watching too much stuff, and you can tell. And then it's hard to quantify it, right? Hard to say hard rule 1, 2, 3, but you should trust your instinct on these things. It's like meeting a person in real life. Sometimes you see them, they're in your presence, and you can sense whether they are reliable, responsible, good enough person or not. Maybe they haven't done anything physically and said anything that can obviously make them a villain, but you just know this is not a person you want to engage with, and you walk away. Or this is a good person you want to engage with. It's similar to dramas. You can sense that. It's not hard. It's just quite obvious sometimes, So when I feel it's like coming from the right place, I bump the number up for them, because I'd rather see not so well made, but then made from the right place things than things that's trying to like teach you audiences, you little people, you have no taste, and let me teach you what is a good thing. Like when I feel that, I'm like, F yourself. I sense that from any dramas, and it's out of the room for me, no matter how good it is. It's just me, okay? It's because it's my channel. I feel it. I will tell you I feel that, and maybe I'm wrong, but hey, it has gotten me to here, living and surviving in this world. So it's been working pretty well. I'd rather trusting that in anything else. I've heard a little bit about that. I'm not like up to date with what's going on. It's Yu Zheng, he cannot stay quiet, and he just needs to be there. He needs to be seen. He has that complex. He wants the whole world to always know what he's up to, and people to have your eyes on me. That's Yu Zheng. So anything that happens with Yu Zheng and whatever, like people he signed up with, like I'm not surprised, because if there's nothing, he will make up something. He cannot stay quiet. He just cannot bear not having a presence. He's been like that forever, and he can't help it. It's in his nature, in his need, right? Psychological need. I've given up on Junyi. I'm not really into her either, but I may watch a couple of more episodes of the Paladin 4, and then see what happens. Also, like in that drama, she gets dubbed. It helps her a lot. I have to say, the dubber of Xin 4 for her is really good, and she has a very young, lively, bright voice, which is similar to what the character in the game originally is like, and it's different from Junyi's own voice, and the voice really fits the character. So I think the voice adds at least 30 to 40% of the emotion of her acting. If it's her own voice, it wouldn't be this engaging. That voice also like really helped Junyi in Chinese Paladin 4 so far. Okay. Four is up to 6. I've watched 6 yesterday, so today is 7 and 8. I haven't watched it. Back in the golden days of fantasy dramas, my early 2000s when I was playing 仙剑4, the game on computer. Back then, in my head, 云天河, the male lead that Chen Zheyuan plays right now, 云天河, in my head was Zhou Yuming. When I was playing the game, I see Zhou Yuming's face. Like I replace the drawn character with Zhou Yuming's face. I'm not sure about the other girls and boys in the drama, like Mu Rongziyin, Liu Mengli, Han Lingsha. These 3 roles, I'm very nebulous. I can't see clearly who they must or should be looking like. But when I was playing the game, the male lead, Yun Tianhe, the arrow shooting wild man in the forest is had Zhou Yuming's face. Did you watch 小满生活? No, I haven't. Sorry, that one totally escaped me. I know, it's the reshoot drama, right? 秦昊, 蒋欣. Originally 秦昊, 赵薇, but 赵薇 is... So, from Dramaland, so they replaced her. I know it exists. I heard it has like blood pressure raising potential. So I didn't check it out. My mother checked it out, I think. She told me. But I'm a little bit scared about blood pressure going up. Who is Zhou Yuming? Vic Zhou? Like, that's his English name? F4? You cannot not know him. Back in the days of F4, the pretty boy, the violin player. The later 痞子英雄, that guy. That guy. Okay? So I had him in my head as the lead of Chinese Paladin 4 game. But obviously it didn't happen back then, so now they have younger people doing it. And 曾经沧海难为水，除却巫山不是云. That's all I can say. Now you look at 20 years later, who they picked for the roles. It's just... I know the golden age is a myth, but I do think it applies to Chinese Dramaland. In this case, actually, it is the case. Just 20 years ago, we weren't so aware that we were so lucky to have, you know, like Liu Yifei, Hu Ge, An Yixuan in one drama, or Tang Yan, Yang Mi, Hu Ge, Huo Jianhua in one drama. We weren't so... at that time, we had nothing to compare to, so we're just like, yeah, it's fine, it's... and then this many years later, and you just look at what you have now, okay, compared to back then, without 4K, without AI, without everything we have today, and you're like, history doesn't progress in a linear fashion, let's just say. Yeah. So, what can you say? Oh, it's 12. Okay, 5 more minutes and I'll be gone. And then you should go back to your life. So, what else? I'll just sit here for a couple of minutes and then we'll say good night. Or good rest of the day to everyone. Princess Wei Yang, Wu Jianhao. The guy who likes to do this with his hair. Vanessa, is it? Like his English name? I remember in like back in the days of Meteor Garden, he's like constantly. Every 5 seconds, he's doing that with his hair. And he's so ABC that it doesn't fit into the drama with anyone else. King to Hearts, yes. That's a good K-drama. Very good actor and actress. Very idealistic and dreamy version of reality that's just like not happening, right? On our timeline, but it doesn't hurt to imagine that. King to Hearts. But then ever since the male lead actor married somebody that his reputation is just like destroyed, I feel very sad. He's a good singer. He's a good actor. He's actually really good at doing his professional artist job, but sometimes you can destroy your reputation by marrying the wrong person. Hiya. Healer is good too. Yeah, Healer is okay. King to Hearts is good. I Hear Your Voice is good. Pinocchio is good. I mean, a lot of Li Zhongshuo, his dramas are good. What's his name in Korean pronunciation? He's done a lot of very good dramas. Yeah. Lee Jong-suk. Yes. Yeah, Chinese pronunciation is close enough. Healer. Empress Key. Empress Key is too long. Come on. It's so long. And obviously it's sort of the depiction of Chinese court during Yuan dynasty is so funny. Nothing is actually accurate. Like all the costumes, I have to laugh at it because it looks so ridiculous. And even like the interpretation of certain Chinese words got really funny in the drama. Like the Lenggong. The Lenggong literally is a cold palace, like that's freezing, and I laughed so much at that part. But overall, it's good performance, okay? Because the Merly guy, he's good. When he went crazy in the drama, I was like, wow, that's some good performance. Good performance, but the setup and costumes and things get weird in that drama. Empress Key, and it's very, very long. It's such a long drama. Korean genre, really? I wouldn't really think, because he is more like a model, right? Like the guy, he's very model-like to me. I just feel. Yeah, he actually went to China to film dramas for a bit during part of his career. Pretty good actor. I know he's done plastic surgery, but doesn't stop him being a pretty good. Actually, that guy is a really good actor, but he did something to his teeth that I wouldn't forgive him. Chi Xianyu, what's his pronunciation in Korea? The guy in 人选王后的男人 the man, Queen Yin Hyung's man, that guy. Such a charismatic guy. Even though he's not like traditionally standard speaking good looking and perfect, I love him and his acting is good. But he braced his teeth. And I was like, your teeth are so like, don't do that. He destroyed it. And ever since his teeth are gone, it's like I can't watch it. It's like looking at another person's face. Now we started going into the Korean drama and can't stop anymore. That's bad. We have to stop this live stream because life needs to get lived and things need to happen. Okay, anything else? Something got hooked onto my watch. Okay, so we should end this soon. Hope you've all had a great time today, and then I'll see you when I see you in my other videos. And also, let's hope before Chinese Spring Festival, which would be 10th next month, some good thing can show up. Like just like one really good explosive drama that everybody loves and talk about and engage in. One? Can we just have one? Let's just pray for like one, okay? Right now, I'm not seeing it among all the dramas that are ongoing right now. And we have half a month to go, 20 days to go, pretty much, till Chinese New Year. Just give me one. Let's pray for one, okay? And yeah, take care. I'll see you in the weekly video. And then next week, let's see what we shall be doing. Take care.